Welcome to my Reset Sleep course. Hi, I'm Kirsty, and I'm a recovering insomniac. Seriously, if you're struggling to get a proper night's sleep on a regular basis, I've been there, done that, and I've got the t-shirt. I know how it feels. I felt the same way, and I discovered that you do not have to accept this as your new normal. In my Reset Sleep course, I'm going to share with you what I've learned both through personal experience and also from my training in psychotherapy and hypnotherapy. We'll be working together to help you rediscover the joys and the benefits of deep, uninterrupted sleep. I struggled with insomnia for years in my 30s. I worked in advertising, running my own consultancy. It was creative and challenging, with tight deadlines that required working late into the night. At first it was exhilarating, but gradually the long hours sat at a desk, the lack of natural daylight, eating late at night, and the constant pressure started to take its toll. I'd become tired and stressed. My social life began to suffer. I was just too exhausted to see friends or pursue other interests. I'd just collapse in the evening with a bottle of wine, and then do it again the next day. Not surprisingly, this began to play havoc with my health and totally disrupted my sleep patterns. For ages, I just soldiered on, telling myself this was just something I had to live with. But then one day, driving between meetings, I nearly had an accident. I realised I was so tired, I was a danger to myself and to others. I was also aware that on top of all the other issues, the lack of sleep was weakening my immune system and increasing my chances of developing diabetes, heart disease, dementia, and even certain cancers. Eventually, I experienced burnout and realised that I had to make some major changes. I retrained as a psychotherapist and hypnotherapist, and in the process I discovered how to retrain my brain so that I could relax and switch off. I began to sleep like a baby and I felt like a new woman. The real breakthrough for me was realising that insomnia is not something that we have to live with. It's the result of today's frantic environment and full-on lifestyles that so many of us lead. Juggling job, kids, relationships, bills, the tax man, and the sheer amount of stuff that comes at us day in and day out. It's no wonder we get stressed and unable to switch off at night. What's more, the more our sleep patterns get disrupted, the more stressed we get. Before long, we develop a negative mindset towards sleep. We become anxious about going to bed in case we can't drop off, or find ourselves waking up after a couple of hours. The whole thing becomes a vicious circle. That's why I've created this course, to help as many people as possible reduce their stress levels and calm their anxieties. You'll discover the deep underlying factors causing your insomnia and learn what practical steps you can take to reset your system for night after night of deep, restful, and healthy sleep. So thanks so much for choosing me as your sleep coach. I hope you find the information as useful as I did. Reset Sleep has three main sections: mindset work, the practical steps for lifestyle changes, and relaxation. All three are equally as important towards sleep success. So starting with mindset, you're going to change the way that you think about sleep. You're going to set up the expectation to sleep. You see, everything we do starts with a thought. Our thoughts really do matter towards sleep success. There's 5 exercises and there's short explanation videos for each exercise as well. After that, you'll find sessions 1 to 3. So in session 1, I talk about sleep and our circadian rhythm. In order for you to understand the lifestyle changes that I talk about in session 2, you need to gain a basic understanding of your circadian rhythm and the role of certain hormones that influence your 24-hour internal clock. In session 2, I'll talk about the actionable steps on how to reset your circadian rhythm. What I don't want is for this to be overwhelming for you. So Start with a couple of steps that you can start today and gradually introduce the other steps. Consistency is key because our bodies love routine. Session 3 is about stress, one of the major sleep disruptors. I want you to think about your sources of stress, your response to stress, and also reflect on your thinking patterns that contribute to stress, especially around sleep. There's 2 exercises that I talk you through as an introduction to stress management, and then there's a deep breathing exercise to practice as well. These sessions are only around 15 to 20 minutes, but there's a lot of information in there, so watch these videos as many times as you need to. There's also support in PDFs for you to refer to as well. Then session 4 provides a deep relaxation exercise, so make sure you're somewhere quiet where you won't be disturbed. I want you to practice that every evening and start it as soon as possible. Treat it as you time to unwind at the end of the day. There's also an MP3 so you can download that onto your phone. Okay, great. So you're ready to get started. See you in session 1.